Well, like I wanted to know what's gonna be done about my vacation packages or the gifts or whatever because when I was first called about it, I was told it was three vacations um, with the $300 in dining cards. And I remember the very first conversation that I had over the phone. I know I didn't purchase it right away. I called back a couple times before I booked it, and then after I booked it, I upgraded it from a hotel stay to in the resort. And one of the minor issues I had was when I like the recording that the other lady played back for me because I called earlier and I got disconnected because I was driving through a storm. It was like raining really hard, and I don't know if she could hear me or not, so she probably hung up or something. But basically, I was told that like right before I booked the resort stay, because I upgraded and I paid like an extra $160. Um, and like I asked specifically, is there any type of fees if like for either the hotel, or the resort? Because I was asking about the resort, and I was told that there are fees at the hotel, taxes and fees or whatever. The guy told me it was like $35 or something like that in taxes or something, and that I decided to book, a resort stay for the 3 bedroom townhome, and he said for the resort stay there'd be no taxes or fees. Well, when I got there, there was a small fee, but still, you know, I didn't like that. But that's a minor issue. I'm not really fighting that too much right now. What I am fighting is that, you know, when I got to the presentation room, I wasn't allowed to even sit through the presentation or nothing like that. Um, I did listen to the recording, and she did ask me if my credit score was 600 or above. At the time, I thought it was. I didn't like sit there and go online and look it up over the phone, but I would have thought that if it was going to be an issue, that the company, your company would run my credit before anyone would spend money if it was going to be an issue or not. And that's my main issue. You guys told me that you know I won like a highly discounted vacation package or whatever, and I spent $400 on that, and then I upgraded it. That's what I purchased. you know. So if I purchased it, how can you take it away? And if you guys are going to take it away, then I want my money back. And it's as simple as that. Because if you guys don't, then I consider that as theft. And that's the issue that I'm having right now. Okay? Okay. Right. I understand that. And okay. Okay. Right. Well, the other right, right. Well, the representative that played back the audio recording, she played back the recording. Um, I think she said March or something. Okay. And I've called you guys about 3 or 4 times before I actually booked anything. 'Cause I know one of the conversations I actually changed my date, but my issue is, you know, she said that you guys don't run the credit before you take payment. Well, I think that's a very bad practice because not only was I very upset when I was at the presentation room. I was sitting there waiting, okay? I wasn't the one that stopped me from going in there, okay? I feel that, your company needs to change your policies because you shouldn't be taking money from people if you haven't run their credit. Now, if you guys are able to run people's credit before going into the presentation room, then there's nothing stopping you guys from running credit before taking a payment over the phone. Okay? That's my issue. Now, I didn't go online and sit there and look up my credit before I purchased it or when she asked me. That didn't happen. And she didn't ask me to. Okay? And I know my credit was at a decent rate. I thought it was, 600 or above because I know it's been up there before and credit scores fluctuate. I know I applied for 2 different things recently. I don't know if that's what made it drop. I have no idea. Okay, but I'm sure if you guys listen to all of the recordings from all the different times I've called you guys prior to me at the day I booked it and paid and all the rest of them, that the information that's given, you know, not all of it matches up really. you know, and it's not my fault that your company doesn't run credit checks and has this honor system. Because if there's an honor system, then you shouldn't be running my credit until I'm ready to actually purchase anything. So I should have sat through the presentation and I should have got my gifts. Okay, so that's my issue. So I purchased something and you guys are basically not giving me everything that you said I was going to get when I drove up there and drove 3 miles to go up there. Okay, so I don't think this is right by any means. I know you guys have your policy. I know you guys have your policy and everything like that, but you know, I honestly feel like you know I've been cheated here, and something is going to be done about this, whether I have your guys' help or not. Okay. Right. Okay. Right. I understand that. I understand that, but as a company, if you guys have certain rules and regulations for promotion, okay, your policy for the honor system does not work. Okay, I didn't look up my credit score right then and there over the phone. All right, I know before I purchased that my credit score was above 600. Now I don't know if the credit card application that I made, I applied for a couple more. If that dinged my score and dropped my score prior to me getting to Wisconsin, I have no idea. Okay, but no, that's not what I said. That's not what I said. I'm not talking about the credit check at the presentation room. I just said, and I'll say it again. Okay, what are you talking about then? Well, that depends on what type of credit application or if it's a loan or whatever. So, and credit does fluctuate. It's not if you tell me what you think your credit score is right now, and you pulled it up and it was off, you know what I mean? So if I had a company and I said, okay, you know, I'm asking somebody over the phone, what's your credit score, and you tell me it's 748, but it's really a 747 or a 746, you know what I mean? Then you know, okay, okay, so you're telling me if I drive up back up to Wisconsin, go to the presentation room, and I had you guys run my credit in a few weeks, and it's 600 or above, you're gonna honor you're gonna honor, right? Well, why not? You're telling you're telling me, well, why? Well, why? Because you guys took my money, right? Well, on an honor system, you didn't tell me, hey, your credit score might be 600 now, but if it changes before you get there, you might not want to stay or something, okay? Because we're not going to check it for you. We're going to check it before you go into the room. You guys didn't tell me you're going to check it before I go in the room, and you guys didn't tell me that once you check it before I go in the room, I'll be disqualified. I get nothing out of it, and you're keeping my money. Okay? You guys didn't explain it like that. Okay? And I know about three other people cussed out all your employees at the front desk because it wasn't explained to them either. Okay? So whoever your reps are when they're booking this stuff really needs to be trained and explain stuff fully to people because evidently it's not being explained the right way. And you should be running people's credit over the phone before they purchase. Okay? Doing a soft credit check or whatever you want to do. Because to me, no, that's not true because you guys ran my credit at the presentation room. So don't say that you guys can't run it because you can. Okay, then you shouldn't be taking money over the phone. Then you shouldn't be taking money over the phone. Simple as that. Make a reservation, book it. No, but see, the thing is, you guys don't tell people, okay, we're going to run your credit before you get to the presentation room. So if your credit score changes and it's at 600 or a point or two below 600, then you're going to be disqualified, and you're not going to get everything that we already talked about, and we're basically going to keep your money. You don't say that. None of you have said that. Okay. You guys asked. You guys asked, is your credit score 600 or above? And for the longest time, my credit score has been fine. Okay. So no, I didn't sit there and pull it up on my app on Bank of America and check it, but I know TransUnion, Equifax, Experian, they're all different. So whoever you guys use, it all varies. It all fluctuates. Okay, but my honest opinion is it's bad practice, and you know I'm not gonna sit idly by for it. So something needs to be done. And I know it's not your fault. You weren't the one that booked the vacation or whatever. But I don't think this is right by any means to let somebody drive 3 hours and then say, "Well, sorry, we can't help you," after I already spent like $600. How can you justify? How can your company justify that? There's no justification for it. Okay, I understand. You keep on repeating the same thing. Okay, but you guys didn't check it, and I didn't check it. You asked me what I think my credit score is right now, and I assumed that you guys assumed. Okay, 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 okay. Right, and I understand that, and you've said that 3 times already. You don't need to keep on repeating. I'm not asking for those questions. I'm asking what's going to be done about it because you know. So you feel that everything that your company. Hold on, wait a minute. So you feel that your company and your policy and everything that's happened, you can honestly sit here and tell me that everything on your guys' side has been uh, done with moral and good practice of ethics and good business practices, because it's not. Really. Okay. 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 Then then why do you stop people from? So wait. So then why do you stop people from um, sitting through their presentation and trying to buy a timeshare, whether their credit score is low or not? Why is that? Yeah, but that's up to the bank. Okay, but that's up to the bank for a loan. That's not up to you guys for a loan. It's up to the bank. So you're telling me if I walked up there with 20 grand in cash, you're gonna tell me you're gonna deny me for getting a timeshare? That's what you're telling me, right? Just like a house. Okay, right. Okay, right. Okay, all right. Well, I'm sorry that you feel that way. I don't agree. Okay, and I don't think it's right that your company is, not everyone really checks their FICO score every day. Okay, and I honestly thought mine was at least 600 the last time I checked it. Okay. Now, um, you guys didn't sit there and say, well, after you purchase this, once you go to the presentation room, if it's not 600, if if your credit score goes below it, then you're disqualified. You know, uh, I thought at the time of purchase, if my credit score is what I thought it would be, then everything would be fine because you guys didn't bother to check it. So that's the problem right there. That's the biggest problem. Now, if you guys aren't able to physically check it over the phone because of laws or whatever, then you shouldn't be taking people's money over the phone prior to um, checking it in person, I guess. That's the problem that I have with right now, and I don't know if you understand that or if that makes sense to you or not. But for someone to have to drive for 3 hours to go sit in a presentation and then being told that I'm disqualified and what I purchased is basically something that I'm not getting or whatever, um, that's a big problem for me. Okay, maybe okay, maybe I don't know all the laws. Okay, I don't I don't know all the laws. I don't know if it's illegal or not, but I am telling you it is bad practices. And if you guys don't fix this, I will report you guys at the Better Business Bureau, and I will take further action. I don't care about the money. It's the principle of the fact, and I don't feel that this is right. And I feel really sorry for the other 3 or 4 people that drove up and had the same problem. Okay, because you guys didn't tell anybody that you were going to run people's credit before going to the room. Because I know someone walked away and said, "No, you're not running my credit." Okay, you guys did not state that in any recording. I want you guys to pull the recording and show me and prove me otherwise. Okay. So maybe it's not. I don't know if it's illegal or not what you guys are doing, but the information that you guys are giving isn't accurate, and I think partly it's misrepresentation of the facts because you're not fully informing people, and people are wasting their time driving 3 hours, whether it's 150 miles or 200 miles. Okay, and it's a big disappointment, and I feel like I've been basically robbed out of money that I've already paid for. So if you guys are going to do nothing about it on your end, okay, and do the right thing here, then that's fine. I will handle it on my end. Okay. Oh well, I totally disagree. I totally disagree. No. Okay. So you okay. So at the time of purchase, hold on. So at the time of purchase, play back the recording. I want to hear on the recording telling me that you guys are going to run my credit when I get there, and that if it's not 600 or above, okay, that I'll be disqualified because I remember hearing on the recording, is my FICO score at least 600, right? So you guys never stated in any of the phone calls when I was purchasing this um, that you were going to run my credit before going to the presentation room. That was never said. So if you guys have an honor system, then where is it at before the presentation room? What's stopping me from walking in there with $20,000 to put down and buying a timeshare and putting 20% down or whatever? It's the same thing as like buying a house, $100,000 house. You put down 20,000 in cash. Doesn't matter what your credit score is because you got the cash to back it up. So I honestly can't believe that you're going to sit here and tell me that you feel that your company is in good standing and moral and ethical. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. That is how I feel. That is how I feel. No, that's it. Thank you.